Merry Chiefsmas, Kelce Swift, Kansas Chiefs. Who's sick of hearing about that? Nobody, that's who. We need more. Quick, make Donna Kelce acting stuff. Here. Kylie Kelce, she's got a podcast. Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, follow her on TikTok. We could have Jason Kelce do cell phone commercials, that'd be fun. Let's have Travis do serious acting.
Try something else, sassy pants.
And make Andy Reid the host of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Drive-Ins.
How about the jalapenos? Man alive.
My favorite part of the whole thing, though, is the pulled pork patty.
My favorite part is eating it.
Go back ahead, Coach.
We need more content. Quick, Ed Kelce, put him on Joe Rogan.
All right now.
Not right now.
All right now.
All right now. All right now.
All right now. All right now. All right
So this Christmas Day, if you're sick of the Chiefs, you don't want to watch them beat the Steelers on Netflix by 1.5 points somehow, they'll invent a way, and you're trying to ignore, Uncle Opioid, Hallmark and Lifetime have teamed up and they have just the thing for you. That's right. They've both made rom-coms about the Chiefs or Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. They both made one for reasons.
I'm Drew. We're big fans.
Am I supposed to know who he is?
He's the best receiver in the world.
When you're in a movie, like regular people.
It's like regular people, huh?
Don't screw this up.
I know we're trying to keep this a secret, but I don't know if I can keep this up.
It was nice to feel like a normal girl dating a normal guy.
Are we doing this?
Let's freaking go.
Let's freaking go.
Christmas in the Spotlight.
So I'm going to start with the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce generic football pop star rom-com from Lifetime.
Oh, you forgot this. Okay, Arm.
And the next episode, I'll talk about the Chiefs shot in Kansas City Hallmark rom-com set at Hallmark's corporate headquarters.
Does your movie have a happy ending?
I discovered in these films the most romantic thing you need is slow motion of fluids. And middle-aged women, their fluid of choice is of course wine, and so they say you shouldn't drink with wine you wouldn't cook. That's not it. They say you shouldn't cook with wine you wouldn't drink. So anyway, I am drinking cooking wine, thus beating them at their game. And this is Reese Vintage Cooking Wine Red. And I've got Marsala and Sherry ready to go. Cooking wines, oh my God, look how gloopy that is. Gloopy that is. Yeah, first up, salt. You could almost convince me that this is like beef stock with some wine in it. No sweetness, no oaky afterbirth. It's really just plain and pink. It tastes like there's pink, it's a little bit pink. Pink and salty. You gotta prepare yourself for some salty fluids when you drink these.
What?
Fun fact, I'm undergoing anesthesia tomorrow. So I don't know if they told me not to do that, but I'm drinking salty alcohol.
All right now. All right.
Anyway, Christmas in the Spotlight. It's a Christmas-themed sequel to the 2015 film Spotlight, exposing the Catholic Church. What's that? Not Taylor Swift is named Bowen with a Y. Sykes with a Y. Everyone in this movie is named like a kindergartner today. All these frisky Ys everywhere, except for the precocious niece that's in every one of these. And her name is Eileen. Her fans are called Arrows.
Bows, arrows, Bowens, get it?
Get it? And so if you're a big fan, you're called...
She's gone full Arrowhead.
And this actress, I think, looks like Brittany Mahomes more than like Taylor Swift.
No, I just want to focus on my career.
If you love Brittany Mahomes and you want more of her...
I'm so done with him, and I'm done with dating. Whoa.
Anyway, not Travis Kelce. It's called Gonzo. For Gonville is his last name. And for some reason, they make him a wide receiver and not a tight end. But dude looks like Tim Tebow. He's like a fullback. He's built like a fullback who wishes he could be a tight end.
Captain Lucky Pants.
But we're supposed to believe he is a wide receiver. And his brother, Rob Gonville, whose cool nickname is Golden because Gonzo was taken. Anyway, he kind of looks like Chris Pratt if Chris Pratt was more of a fullback.
On what planet do you think that your mom's favorite?
Part of the charm, I think, of the Kelces is that they're sort of lovable meatheads, little blue collar. They're millionaires, but they're not divas. They play tight end and center. They block and stuff. They're non-divas. And so you take them and make them a quarterback and a wide receiver, the two most diva positions, is a terrible idea. The actors really look like they should be fighting to be like practice squad fullback, not superstar quarterback. And wide receiver, they tell us, is like amazing.
That last touchdown? Magic.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it wouldn't be weird if I just wanted to, I don't know, touch it. Mira.
By the way, Laith Walschlager, I think is his name, plays Gonzo. He played Gronk in the Aaron Hernandez show. And he pulls off a Gronk impression way better.
What's up, bro? I'm Rob.
If Taylor Swift dated Gronk, it's kind of more like that.
You meet Coach yet?
Nah, not yet.
That dude is fucking scary, bro.
Come on, guys, let's go.
I love Travis Kelce, but in terms of, what's going on, it's kind of cheating on me.
And Patrick Schwarzenegger is in that show playing Tim Tebow. He is Chris Pratt's brother-in-law. So it all comes back to Chris Pratt. Think you're away from Chris Pratt, and it's just still there. Like it's like wiping a marker.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Anyway, Gonzo hangs out with his brother's family all the time, and his parents, and the precocious niece, Eileen.
The only thing I know about Bowen is that she's had a bunch of boyfriends and wrote songs about them.
That's not a sexist statement at all.
And he spits out, at one point, Bowen's like full resume.
Dude! She's won 8 Grammy Awards, an Emmy, 40 American Music Awards, and her impact on society and culture. Plus, she's given millions of dollars to charity, and she's an activist.
And he takes his niece to the concert, and I feel like I'm watching Tim Tebow backstage at a child pageant, which does not, I don't feel right.
Cold embrace, but then I felt the spark, felt it grow, something beautiful.
He knows all her songs, and he totally has a crush on her.
What? This movie's so empty, like backstage at a Taylor Swift concert, and there's like nobody there. It's like, aren't you employing like 1,000 people? There's no security or anything. They walk into an Airbnb that the filmmakers rented to film in, and it looks empty as fuck. There's no like shit laying around. Even background music is lacking outside of like musical numbers. And they show a music video she's shooting, right? Bowen is just whatever. And at the end she goes, cut, print it.
Everything you gave me was...
All right, print that.
There's no one else there to yell cut. We can't afford a director pretending. And also, print it? You're not, are you shooting these on film? Is she the like Christopher Nolan of IMAX music videos? They're shooting it on like 70 millimeters, some shit. So we do a meet cute. We're backstage at the concert, and she's like, how the fuck do you get back here? All these extras pretending to be security. I mean, no, there's not. But how'd you get back there?
Oh, are you guys from the hospital too?
No, we just snuck in.
Okay.
I'm a bomber.
It's okay, I'm a bomber. Bombers are the team he plays for.
Oh, no. I don't mean I have a bomb.
Forgive my uncle. He gets hit in the head for a living.
The Bay Springs Blue Bombers. Can a bay have springs? So I Googled it to see if there's a Bay Springs somewhere, and there is one in Mississippi. And I was like, oh, they're probably lying. I don't trust people in Mississippi. So I looked, and there's maybe a springs, but there's no bay. It's just inland. He tells her that he is a suicide bomber, and so that's awkward. All right. Dude has no riz, you'd think it'd be like she has weirdos coming at her all the time, or people that are starstruck. But then this dude who's like rich and famous and like wouldn't be that starstruck, he'd have a little charisma. And that's how you would get in, because but this dude's rizless. Like me full of Saffron Nog levels of riz. This is not, should I say riz more? What do you guys think?
Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Is it okay if I Sorry about that.
Because I Googled you, and you're quite the wild boy.
Oh, that must be my evil twin brother.
Don't screw this up.
So anyway, Taylor's assistant is the sassy minority friend. We have to have one token minority, and it's always the sassy friend, so she's there. She's a big fan of the Bombers.
He's only the best wide receiver in the world. 9-time MVP. He holds the longest record for yards received. I don't speak football.
No, that's not. Wide receiver, 5-time MVP.
9-time MVP.
5-time MVP.
9-time MVP.
I don't think, no. That's what kind of alternate reality is this?
He holds the longest record for yards received.
And also, he's like, I'm afraid my contract, they're not gonna pick me up. Like he's afraid he's gonna be a free agent at the end of the year.
If I don't get my numbers up, they're not gonna re-sign me. I don't want to get re-signed because my brother's the star quarterback, George.
Anyway, so having no charisma and creeping her out, she likes him for some reason, and they start to like date secretly.
Let the games begin.
She makes him dress up like Santa Claus to meet her and to go to her private jet, but they don't fly anywhere, they just sit in it. So that's a charming date, I guess.
Now that is some tea.
I know you said you weren't looking for anything serious, but you're probably gonna fall in love with me.
I know we're trying to keep this a secret, but can I tell my mom?
Does your movie have a happy ending?
So they're dating and they're keeping it a secret. So you get the like, oh, we almost got caught moments. That's very risque. There's a part where his teammates like catch him.
I'm a little nervous about the lasagna. Oh, okay, hide. Sure, you're here? Naked baking? It's very soothing. All right.
The energy's off. I can't even tell Cassandra.
I'm sorry, man. We can't risk it right now, you know?
He's so fucking wounded. Like, bro, you've changed. Like, can you tell my wife about this? It's like, what's happening? Like, their dates are mostly just like doing puzzles and baking and drinking red wine. And then he tells her about a skincare routine, stuff like that.
So what does bring you joy?
Puzzles.
Really good skincare routine, exfoliation and coconut oil.
And also, I don't think he has a house. He's always just like at his brother's house, like hanging out with the whole family. You know, you gotta hang out with your grandma and your parents and your niece, because these movies are grandma porn.
Cookies make my mouth happy.
Kids always be just wanting to hang out with grandma and, you know, learn from her and wrap presents and put up the tree.
They got the best family.
Your family's perfect.
Anyway, he has a bad game because he's so distracted.
I don't know, man. I can't focus. I don't know what's going on.
Can't focus. You've been acting weird for weeks. What do you mean you can't focus?
There's nothing going on, okay? Okay, maybe there's one thing going on.
Just one little thing, right? Just one little thing?
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh, salty red wine. So I made a prediction that they would break up, but she's gonna show back up to the big game and is gonna be on the Jumbotron in the family box, and he's gonna be like, oh, she's supporting me, and then he plays really good, and he scores the game-winning touchdown in the big game at the end of the movie, and he pulls her out of the stands, and he does a touchdown dance, which is where you spike the ball, and then you do this, you tickle her crotch, you know, a touchdown. You touch her down there, you have touchdown dance, touchdown dance. Touch her down there and make her dance. She dances because you tickle her taint. That's how you do it. Anyway, that's an excessive celebration penalty, I think. The rules aren't very specific. You know, they say you can't take your helmet off, but I don't know if they say anything about getting your helmet out. You know what I'm saying? That joke's for my British fans.
Big Peter and his banana splitter.
Erin and I made some predictions. Erin's my wife, a librarian lady. I'm an English professor, and I made her watch these movies. And she said at 1 hour and 9 minutes that they would break up. That's her prediction for when the breakup's gonna happen. And I said, all right, and then when do they get back together? And she said 1 hour and 9 minutes. So her prediction was the breakup would last less than a minute.
You should come tomorrow to our Thanksgiving celebration.
Mom.
What?
To Thanksgiving. And also Bowen has no friends or family, and the only other person she ever interacts with is her sassy minority token friend, assistant lady. You know, that's the only person she talks to. Or cancer kids, because she's doing charity. So the conflict starts at 1 hour and 4 minutes. The LA Stars, another team in the fake football league, offer to double his salary if he moves to LA to be a star. The evil big city's calling, they want to pay you more money. And his brother, who's the quarterback, is like, you can't leave.
They offered me a 5-year contract at double my salary.
Oh my God! But you love the Bombers.
I deserve more money. Someone will appreciate me.
Okay, boys,
All I've done is support you.
But you should be happy for me!
So obviously everyone's mad at him about getting his salary doubled. By the way, this dude is like a 34-year-old white wide receiver.
9-time MVP.
Who was just worried about being cut at the end of the year. It was a contract, they're not gonna bring me back. And now the LA Stars are like, we're gonna pay you a lot more money on a massive contract. They'll have to get out of that after one season. Like, he's gonna be an old white wide receiver, big hot, like what are they? This must be the Saints of the fake football league. The cap is a lie. It's gonna be like Russell Wilson on the Broncos. Also, this is in the middle of the season. This is like November, and this other team's calling him up and be like, hey, we'll double your salary. That's fucking tampering. What the hell is this?
Now that is some tea.
Do your research, okay? You can't do that. I mean, you can. You get in trouble for it, but that's tampering. What do you think this is? Fucking NIL? You can just offer more money mid-season?
Bowen and Gonzo are scoring some serious Tinseltown touchdowns.
No longer will Bowen be alone for Christmas. This Christmas will be wrapped up with a bow on top.
They go to like an art gallery. It's not MoMA, so it's FOMA, right? And she's like, I'm gonna go and talk to fancy people, hold my purse. And you can't come with me, I guess? You can't just like mingle with her? No, she has to go over there with other people. So he has to stand there awkwardly holding her purse.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Hold the purse.
And that's basically why they break up, because he barely tries to mingle for like 45 seconds, but...
Oh, no, not a quarterback, just a wide receiver. Yeah. We'll make sure to tell Rob you're a fan.
You're dumb? And he's like, I mean, I guess. He's really sensitive about other people saying he's dumb. He's like, they all think I'm an idiot. Like, I don't belong here. But he's constantly saying he's an idiot. He's like, I'm just a dumb jock. But then if someone else says it to him, he gets real mad. Right? Very sensitive about it.
Yeah, right. Being an idiot is totally my thing.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
You're not a goof. You just make bad choices.
You know, it's not meant to be. You mingle at art galleries and I have to hold a purse and be awkward, and it's just never gonna work. But then her ex-boyfriend is there at the art gallery. Isn't that right, Sparky? He was paying attention. And he's got a camera crew following him.
You know you will always be the Alice to my Mad Hatter.
You think you're Wonderland, but you're really just a big, empty hole.
And I'm like, is this supposed to be like Gyllenhaal? I don't know. I get more like High School Musical, Days of Our Lives villain, bitchy gay actor vibes. Is that race sexist?
That's not a sexist statement at all.
Bobo. I was hoping I would see you.
Aaron will back me up on this. Dude had a camera crew, right? And she's like, I'm not talking to you with this camera crew. So he's like, all right, fuck off. But he's still mic'd, I said. I was like, he's still mic'd. So she's gonna like say something. He's gonna like cut it out of context and leak it or whatever. Tickle her taint. And then immediately she's like, yeah, I'm only dating him for the PR. It's just a publicity stunt. Obviously, that's why. Just kidding. He's the best boyfriend I've ever had and I hate you. You're gross. So she gives him the perfect fucking soundbite. And it's like, yeah, she does kind of sound like she's being sarcastic. It probably should be obvious.
To get the football fans to buy my albums and get asked to play at the big game. Of course you think that.
Of course, then promptly leaks just that little part of it. And so Gonzo hears on the news, like, dating him for the PR. And the audio leaks at 1 hour and 9 minutes, exactly to the minute Aaron said. Now, will they resolve it in just 1 minute? I don't know about that.
2 shots. Yes, sir.
And then the ex-boyfriend's assistant leaks the full audio to show like, oh yeah, she was being sarcastic. Here's the full context. And that second leak is at 1 hour and 14 minutes. So the real conflict should be like 5 minutes. It should be over by now. But they haven't actually reconciled about it. And then it's like, they have to be apart for the end. So they just like stay broken up. It's like a screenwriter's trick of like, oh, you know, that stupid miscommunication. No, that's not why they broke up. That's just sort of why. But then they're like, it's really this fundamental thing that we're just incompatible. I don't want to hold your purse at an art gallery. So obviously this is never going to work. You're too fancy for me.
That old excuse.
Yeah. Why would he believe that she's only doing this for PR when she's spent like most of the time they've been dating trying to keep it a secret? No fucking like, he's less famous than her. Like that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so you think, all right, so they're staying broken up for no good reason. Big game at the end. He'll be distracted and be playing terrible. And then he'll realize she's on the jump, but oh, she's here. And then he'll score the touchdown, win the game, pull her out of the stands, do a touchdown dance, tickle her taint, sexual assault penalty. Okay. But no, there's no more game. The big game at the end is that there's a fundraiser they were both supposed to be at, but then he backs out. So now she's just like performing at the fundraiser by herself and does a new song.
I took my heart and hid it in a box, buried it in the forest under bricks and rocks.
Like imagine this. Imagine a pop star who's broken up with and then is doing like a charity thing, but it's like live streamed, right? And everyone's watching, the internet's watching. And it's just like, I love you, but come back to me. It's so fucking desperate. And she went from like, we have to keep everything private to like cringily public about it. It's like, if you're watching this live stream, and then it turns out he's not watching the live stream because he's actually there. What? And also now she's seemingly using their relationship for PR purposes when the source of the breakup was that he thought you were using him for PR, which is what
Was it some kind of big PR stunt?
Yes, that's it, exactly.
Right. Taylor Swift don't need Travis Kelce to boost her PR. This makes no sense. There's no reason he should think that to break up. And now she's doing it anyway, which is like why they broke up. Because he was afraid of that. This makes no fucking sense. Anyway, at an hour and 19 minutes, it cuts into a scene and it's just like the very end of a song, and that tickled Aaron a lot. And this is not Aaron, this is Pepper. Aaron is my wife. I'm not married to the dog. I've been told by others that her songs are more like Katy Perry or Lizzie McGuire than Taylor Swift. I'm not qualified to make such a judgment. I'm just repeating what I was told.
I'll be alone for Christmas. I'll be alright on my own. I don't need your mistletoe.
So anyway, she sings a bad love song and then they get back together, I guess, and he decides to not get paid double his salary by a dumb team that's gonna then have shitty cap situation and cut him after a year anyway to stay home and be near the grandparents in Bay Springs, Mississippi, and be close to grandma and his niece. And then we go to the family Christmas and they can't afford any actors, so she has no family. She's an orphan. She just wants to spend time with the Kelces. This film is puzzle sexual. That's right.
You find my adoring gaze distracting.
One of their first dates, they just put a puzzle together, but they're missing a piece. And at the end of Christmas, one of them gives the other like a framed the puzzle that they did on their first-ish date. And then the other one whips out, I want to say like a ring box and is like, will you finish this puzzle with me? And it has the missing piece they found. And then so they put the missing piece into the puzzle that's framed. And I was like, there's not glass in front of that? That's weird. Anyway, so this is all a metaphor, right? It's perfectly fitting into her hole. That is the metaphor. Love is about how you put something in a hole and it fits perfectly. Lifetime movies are all about perfectly fitting in those holes. Right, Pepper? I was told these are some more references to Taylor Swift. I don't really know a lot about Taylor Swift. I've seen her in person a number of times. I've been at Chiefs games where she's there. I've got a couple photos blurry in the distance. They make a joke about how she needs to stop dating indie rockers and actors. Her actor ex-boyfriend has talked about how he was almost like embarrassed to be with her. He doesn't want to go to red carpets with her. He's like, didn't want to be seen with me, but now you show up with a camera crew, you want to be seen with me. What's this about? So there's the audio thing, but it was like manipulated, and then later an ex-assistant who's fired or quit then releases the full, and apparently that's a Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Taylor Swift thing.
Hudson's assistant quit and released the entire conversation with Bowen.
And I didn't know any of this, but apparently Kanye had song lyrics where it went, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Released audio making it sound like he called her and told her what he was going to say and that she was fine with it, but it's actually like he didn't tell her the part where it was like, I made that bitch famous. And then so like later an assistant releases the full audio showing that's not what happened, and they make Taylor look bad. Apparently Kanye thinks he made Taylor Swift famous by like interrupting her at the VMAs or whatever. I was like, bro, she was winning an award at the VMAs. She was famous already. Like, another reason to hate Kanye, like, for fuck's sake.
What?
Number 13 is Gonzo's number, and I've been told that's like a Taylor thing. The niece makes a Bowen-style friendship bracelet.
What is it?
It's an abbreviation of a Bowen lyric. Don't you know anything?
Go be a star, bright star. I don't know. The Blue Bombers play in a CGI version of Yankee Stadium. Nicole Gonville, so the Kylie Kelce in this scenario, is played by Haley Khalil, who is soon to be the ex-wife of Matt Khalil, who is an NFL lineman. There's like no football in this movie. One scene, and it's like 4 dudes in close-up at a green screen. So this isn't a sports movie, and they don't have the big game at the end. And sometimes they show Bowen like watching the game on TV, and it'll be like the game, but then it'll cut to like local news people talking about Gonzo. And like, he's single, ladies. And it's like, what fucking broadcast is like, here's the game, here's the play. Anyway, back to the local news studio.
Fired today. Well, I mean, after the release of the full Hudson Bowen conversation, I'm sure he is feeling much better.
Did you see that friendship bracelet he was wearing? Could be a sign that he's back with Bowen.
I'm hearing that we can officially confirm that Gonzo has re-signed a new contract with the Bombers.
All right, so let's grade this film. Cringe factor is pretty high. Quite cringy, some pretty bad acting, some melodrama, we're mad at each other.
Maybe I'm tired of living in your shadow, bro.
And yeah, the rest is Wikipedia.
Are you like actually a spy?
See, I would tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
There's a goat factor. That's how horny is this movie, and it's a pretty horny movie. I was a little surprised how kind of gropey they are. Kissing would have lingered a little longer than I thought. I don't know how Grandma's gonna feel about that. And then the thumb up the butt rating for a good bad watch. It's not that terrible enough. It's just kind of low budget crap.
9-time MVP. He holds the longest records for yards received.
I don't speak football.
Oh! Woo! To be this good and this pretty?
So I give it 2 thumbs up a butt, not the best. I give it 4 horny goats, 3.5 cringes.
I'm a bomber.
Laith, what is it like as a true method actor to take on the role of Rob Gronkowski? What is it like to take him on?
These movies, all of them are far less cringy than Tosca Musk stuff. Elon Musk's sister. Like seriously, go watch my 6-parter about Twilight, erotica. It's like a Lifetime movie, but they can show boobies. A series of novels that are also Twilight erotic fan fiction that then was sort of adapted, so it's not Twilight, and it's about a sexy professor. Oh, my ovaries.
I'm a murderer.
Where even is my vagina?
The act of feeding someone is the ultimate act of care and affection.
Any student who's in my class who's getting bad grades, it's because they can't follow simple directions. If you can't follow basic instructions, I'm not letting you anywhere near my basic erections. Yes, I have basic erections. I drink a lot of pumpkin spice lattes. If I have to answer 6 emails from you where the answer was always in the syllabus, I'm not letting you near my junk. That's not happening. They were just fuck buddies, though.
Pelvic affiliates.
This is the sexiest goddamn miscarriage I've ever seen. Like, top 10 sexiest miscarriages. This lady's number 1. Anyway, in part 2 coming up, I'm going to review the Hallmark Chiefs movie.
On November 30th.
We can all see there's something between you and Derek. Why do you keep fighting it?
It's not like Derek is just hanging out with us for fun. He's doing his job.
'Tis the season.
Let's go, Chiefs!
To let fate call the plays.
Trust me on this one.
And a bonus second Hallmark football movie called 4th Down in Love, which was written by the same screenwriter lady who wrote the Chiefs Holiday Miracle Touchdown or whatever. So I did research. All right, I've been doing a little more research about Laith Walschlager. I was maybe a little harsh with the fullback comments because he's pretty tall. He's 6'4", and he played college at Delaware. He was a fighting blue hen. But like the women in these films are like as tall as the men. You get the star quarterback, and his wife looks just as tall as him. And I was like, are these women really tall? Are they doing like forced perspective things to make the women seem tall? Is this like a Lifetime thing? They shoot it like it's the fucking Hobbit, and they're like changing people's heights. I thought women like tall men though. Do they want a man who's tall but they're also tall? In the comments. Lifetime tall women, what's going on? And I just wanted to read this to you. His junior year, he blocked 6 field goal attempts, which sounds like a fake statistic made up for like a Lifetime football movie. Like that doesn't sound right. Like were you guys just letting him block them? Did he write his own Wikipedia? But he suffered a season-ending injury when he tore the ACL and meniscus during a win over James Madison. So it makes it sound like James Madison kneecapped him or something. So I thought that was funny. Anyway, I looked at Laith Walschlager's website, and it's quite a doozy. My favorite part was where he's got his reels, and he's got like a dramatic reel, and you scroll down, and then it's like his comic reel, video unavailable. I mean, that was good comedic timing. I really like that. He does impressions, and he's doing like voiceover stuff, and he does a voiceover movie trailer voice in this Gronk interview.
This winter, get ready to open your hearts for a Gronk to remember. Number 87 on the field, number 69 in our hearts.
And then so I watched his impressions reel. Laith, I have some advice for you. Get good at a few impressions and put those on your website. Don't just like shotgun approach, shoot 50 and see if any of them are good. Like Native American, maybe don't do that one. Schwarzenegger.
I haven't tasted meat like that since I was working the corner on Ninth Athletics.
Hey! Why don't you try sticking your head up your ass and see if it fits? I make the best bolognese. That piece of crap over there wants to make bolognese on Wednesdays?
Okay. Our new special on Wednesdays is gonna be bolognese!
Yeah, who the hell are you?
I don't know who you are, but I have a very particular set of skills.
Tony, he's yelling at me, and I'm very afraid. He's making my nipples very sensitive.
And there's a reel that's like stuntman work slash actual football. It'll be like clips of commercials where, you know, whenever there's a commercial with a real football player, they're always surrounded by like 9 fake football players. And they're like, that guy's not, who's this guy? He's one of those guys not doing anything. Or like a clip from a movie where he's like generic football player in the back. And then it'll be mixed in with clips of him actually playing football and like blocking field goals. It's like, this is a weird reel. I don't know. Is this a normal thing to do? His website, a lot of shit on there.
Wowie zowie, that is a whole lot of dark chocolate.
To be clear, I thought his acting was fine. Like, and his Gronk impression, I really do think it's a good Gronk. It's insane, but that does sound like Gronk to me.
That dude is fucking scary, bro.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Anyway, time for our sponsor. This week, the video is sponsored by a particularly interesting drug. It's called Wean Be More. It's a penis enlargement pill. Now, all right, you've heard penis enlargement before. We've all heard of that. But here's the trick with Wean Be More. It does not make the penis larger. Okay, we say that right up front. What it does is it makes the rest of you smaller. So like by comparison, you know, looks like a Sparky right here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not just a member, I'm also a Wean Be More.